How to eat healthily. The guide to eating healthy. Eating healthy, sleeping well, living zen, in a healthy environment, these are the keys to our well-being. In addition to being a pleasure and a necessity, food is an important factor for our health. This is why it is essential to pay attention to what we eat, to balance our meals, to choose the right ingredients, and in particular to favor organic food. You should also adopt the right reflexes for cooking food, storing it, and using the right utensils. Depending on the age and the intensity of physical activity, nutritional needs are not the same. To eat healthily, find out what to eat based on age, what is the health potential of food, what it brings to the body, and how to choose a healthy and balanced diet. How to eat healthily. 1. Foods and their contributions to the organism. Eating healthy is the secret to living healthy. Our diet is made up of nutrients and provides what is necessary for our body to function properly. 98% of our food is made up of micronutrients and water, 2% of micronutrients. Micronutrients provide energy. Micronutrients perform essential functions to keep us alive. Micronutrients are divided into 3 main families: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates provide the most energy to the body. They are mainly found in fruits, vegetables, pulses, starchy foods, rice, cereals, sugar, fruit juices, and sugary drinks. Proteins are of plant or animal origin and contribute to our physical and mental well-being. They play an important role in the manufacture and repair of the skin, bones and muscles, digestive and immune systems, and in the transport of oxygen through the body. Proteins are present in meat, fish and seafood, dairy products, eggs. Lipids or fats are essential nutrients because they store energy, they make up our cells, transport vitamins through our body, and help regulate our body temperature. Oily fish, oilseeds, oils, etc. are part of the lipids. Micronutrients are so called because the body needs them in small amounts. They include vitamins, trace elements, and minerals. They do not provide energy but are essential for the proper functioning of the organism. Vitamins A, group B, C, D, E, K are antioxidants, protecting us from damage caused by free radicals. The major minerals are calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, etc. The most important trace elements are iron, copper, chromium, zinc, iodine, fluorine, selenium. Different health disorders can occur when the intake of vitamins or minerals is not sufficient. If there are symptoms of deficiency due to deficiencies in our diet, we can use dietary supplements by seeking advice from a doctor or health care professional. How to eat healthily. 2. The healthy potential of foods or how to eat healthy. Eating healthy is also opting for an antioxidant diet that helps fight against free radicals and premature aging. Malfunctions and toxic effects can indeed result from an excess of free radicals in the body. Provitamin A, beta-carotene, vitamins C, E, lycopene, minerals and trace elements, omega-3, polyphenols are essential antioxidants to protect us from the effects of free radicals and are present in certain foods. Certain fruits and vegetables have a high antioxidant capacity and are particularly effective at absorbing free radicals present in our body. Acai berries, red fruits, strawberries, raspberries, blackcurrants, etc., oranges, apples, potatoes, cabbage, artichokes, for example, are rich in antioxidants. For meals rich in antioxidants, we will favor a healthy, varied diet and the consumption of these fruits and vegetables, as well as oilseeds, spices, walnut oil, green tea. An acid body is not in good health. Acidity can cause more or less serious disorders and diseases. It causes bone fragility. Care must be taken to maintain a good nutritional balance and limit the consumption of meat, cold meats, strong cheeses, and dairy products, cereals, white bread, refined sugars, pastries, salt, and ready-made industrial dishes. And we improve the alkalinity of the body by adopting good habits, like eating fiber, fruits, and vegetables. Likewise, there are good and bad fats. Our body needs fats because they play an important role in different functions. But eating healthy means consuming it without abusing it and in the right proportions. It would be necessary to consume 4 times less omega-3 than omega-6 to avoid certain cancers or cardiovascular disease. Mineral salts and especially potassium and sodium are also essential for the proper functioning of our body. Full-calorie foods provide our body with the nutrients it needs while empty calories provide bad nutrients that can be harmful. Some diets are fashionable but are not necessarily indicated for maintaining good health. Okinawa's diet is a semi-vegetarian diet, based on a balanced diet, eating lots of low-energy foods, listening to the body and its needs. It's sort of a real way of life. The gluten-free diet is a restrictive diet that must be followed strictly by gluten intolerance. On the other hand, if you do not suffer from gluten intolerance, it is better not to take the initiative to follow this diet without taking medical advice to avoid any nutritional deficiency. 3. Organic food. Hypotheses about the benefits of organic farming started to appear around 1840, but it was not until after the Second World War that real awareness arose concerning the harmful effects of the chemicals used in agriculture on our organization. Today, numerous publications by scientists attest to the existence of a link between toxic products used in traditional agriculture and many pathologies. This is why we are increasingly looking to consume a balanced and diversified diet to stay healthy, and we are turning more and more to organic food. Providing healthy food and choosing a responsible approach are the main principles of organic farming. Products from organic farming are in fact produced in response to demanding production criteria, without synthetic chemicals and with respect for the earth and the environment, animals, and humans. Organic farming uses natural methods to maintain soil fertility while respecting ecosystems, by practicing crop rotations, using natural fertilizers, and combating pests and insects by introducing cultivation aids. To learn more about organic food, how to eat healthily? Different labels, such as the AB label, the European Organic Label, the Organic Coherence Label, the Demeter Label, etc. Affixed to organic products help us to choose products that allow us to eat healthily and meet strict regulations. To find out more about organic labels, organic products are better for our health because they do not contain residues of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, or other toxic products used in traditional agriculture. In addition, they respect our environment and protect it by making the local economy work. There are also associations for the maintenance of peasant agriculture (AMAP), whose purpose is to safeguard the existence of local farms and their development by offering quality products to consumers, without intermediaries. Farmers and consumers are committed to a close partnership where fair prices are applied and where everyone has an interest. Eating healthy by choosing organic products is one, but you must not forget to vary and balance your diet and to adopt good hygiene reflexes by maintaining healthy cuisine, equipping, preparing, cooking, and storing food. 4. Cook your food well. Equipment, preparation, cooking, or conservation, compliance with certain rules of each of these stages are elements that count for healthy cooking. The discovery of fire in prehistoric times allowed men to cook their food. Different cooking methods, on a spit, in pots, in earthen pots, ovens have emerged around the world, over time. How to eat healthily. You can cook your food in water, steam, in the oven, in the frying pan, in the stew, brown or roast it, grill it, or fry it. Some cooking methods bring out the flavors of the food, others help keep vitamins and the nutritional value of food. To eat healthily, it will be necessary to choose the right temperatures and the appropriate cooking time because too long cooked food and at too high a temperature becomes dangerous for health. The most recommended cooking by dietitians and nutritionists is steam cooking because it is the method of cooking that best preserves the nutritional value of food. To cook food properly, it is essential and more practical to be well equipped and to have the right utensils. It is important to keep these utensils perfectly clean and to follow strict hygiene when cooking. Preserving food is essential if you want a healthy diet. Food must, in fact, be kept cold to avoid the proliferation of bacteria or contamination by germs. They can also be kept under other conditions. To know the conditions of cooking and conservation of foods to eat healthily, follow this link. Learning to manage your refrigerator well, acquiring the right reflexes to avoid any contamination of food are habits that allow us to avoid the many risks to our health linked to food. Adopting good eating behaviors to facilitate our digestion, adjusting our diet to our needs, these are the secrets to healthy eating. 5. How to buy well? Eating healthy is only possible if you know how to balance and vary your diet and choose your food. It is sometimes confusing to be faced with the wide choice that is available to us on supermarket shelves, but the labels and labels affixed to the products can help us find our way. If you want a healthy diet, it's important to know what you are putting on the plate. Better, in fact, to know the composition of food, the ingredients, and their carbohydrate, lipid, and protein content, and to know how to decode labels. The labels affixed to the products provide us with interesting indications on the ingredients present. The first ingredients on the list are the most present, on food additives which, if they are not natural, can be carcinogenic, the expiry dates, their origin. This labeling allows us to make comparisons between different products and their nutritional value and to choose those that will ensure that we eat healthily. Quality labels also allow us to give us information on the products and guarantee us a certain quality. The red label, for example, indicates a higher quality product. The label AB certifies that the product comes from organic farming and meets certain requirements. Quality Certified Asset certifies constant product quality. A guaranteed AOC (Appellation d'origine contrôlée) product provides information on the origin of a country from a region. The AOP (Protected Designation of Origin), meanwhile, is the European label that assures the consumer that the product comes from the geographical territory delimited by the appellation. Eat a healthy diet means being careful about where the food comes from, as there are many health risks. There are risks of different nature. They can be linked to GMOs, the use of insecticides, pesticides, the transmission of diseases by animals often through their excrement, or the use of antibiotics, contamination of products by viruses, bacteria, and other parasites, our environment which may contain pathogenic elements. Our diet is at the origin of more than 200 infectious diseases, Salmonella, Listeria, and to protect against contamination, we must adopt strict food hygiene, ensure the quality of the water which can be a vector of contamination, especially in certain poor countries, scrupulously clean the kitchen worktop, utensils, sponges and tea towels, respect the cold chain, good conditions for storing and cooking food. You should also wash your hands thoroughly before and after handling food and keep pets away from food. How to eat healthily. Crazy got avian flu, horse meat fraud, adulterated breast milk, contaminated germinated seeds. Food scandals abound with their share of diseases transmissible to humans and which can lead to death. 6. Nutrition according to age. Eating healthy is important, but nutritional needs vary with the ages of life. We must adapt our nutritional intake to our needs and the energy expenditure of our body. They are not the same during the different stages of life and also vary according to whether one is a man or a woman, according to the climate in which one lives or the activity which one exercises during the day. Eat healthy means providing the body with the macronutrients and micronutrients necessary for living, which are different during growth, during pregnancy, during intense physical activity, when you are sick, or for the elderly. Eating healthy consists of respecting a good dietary balance, comprising macronutrients, carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, in good proportions. It is recommended to consume around 55% carbohydrates, 35% fat, and 15% protein. For babies, the main food is milk, then between 4 and 6 months, food is gradually introduced, starting with vegetables, meat, fish and eggs, then fats. In children from 3 years old, the energy needs gradually increase in connection with their development and rapid growth, and around 10 years, the needs are quite high and approach, or even exceed, the nutritional needs of an adult. Nutritional needs are most important during adolescence. With this period of growth, the body has greater needs. At this age, care should be taken to ensure that children do not lack calcium, vitamins B9 and D, and iron. Girls consume around 2,000 kilocalories and boys between 2,000 and 2,700 kilocalories. Between the ages of 20 and 50, when you want to eat healthy with average physical activity, a woman should consume between 2,000 and 2,200 kilocalories and a man between 2,500 and 2,700 kilocalories. People who play sports intensively have specific nutritional needs that depend on the frequency and intensity of physical exercise. The contributions will have to be increased proportionately. Pregnant women can increase their food intake by 100 kilocalories per day for the first few months, then by 200 kilocalories from the 6th month of pregnancy to meet the body's additional daily needs. While breastfeeding, the increase may go up to an additional 500 kilocalories maximum to cover the needs. Beyond 50 years, it is necessary to reduce food intake because the metabolism is slower, but contrary to preconceived ideas, in small proportion. Women must consume a minimum of 1,800 cal per day and men a minimum of 2,000. How to eat healthily. Eat healthily also means taking into account the fact that some people are more sensitive than others to the risks linked to food. We must be particularly vigilant with children, the sick, and the elderly. How to encourage your children to eat healthily. Children often have a temperamental appetite, and unfortunately with this character, it is impossible to get them to eat healthy foods. The parents' struggle to ensure that their child has a healthy diet must not, however, become a war. Setting a good example, learning good habits, and respecting your child's opinions are all equally important in ensuring your children eat healthily, but also in identifying the right recipes. Discover without further ado, in this article, little tips to encourage your children to eat healthily. How to eat healthily. 1. Explain why healthy eating is important for everyone. Find ways to break down nutritional concepts so that children know that eating healthy is important. You will be surprised by how quickly children remember certain concepts, especially if you can spark their interest. Proteins are found in chicken, fish, beans. They strengthen our muscles and organs and are essential to growing well. Carbohydrates are found in whole grain bread, pasta, and rice, and they provide the energy you need to get around and be active. Additionally, whole grains provide more energy than white bread and processed, industrial sugars. Fruits and vegetables contain vitamins and minerals that keep the nervous system functioning, both of our eyes and ears, helping to fight certain diseases. 2. Know the nutritional needs of children. Children's dietary needs, the amount of food to eat, vary according to their ages. The following recommendations are for young children in the 9 to 13 age group. These recommendations were provided by Mayo Clinic. The lower value represents that of girls while boys are generally at the higher end of the estimates. Calories: 1,400 to 2,600 protein, 110 to 170 grams fruits, 1.5 to 2 cups vegetables, 1.5 to 3.5 cups grains, 5 to 9 grams dairy products, 2.5 to 3 cups. These are estimates meant to help you measure relative amounts of food. While you don't have to measure every gram of what you eat, your diet should be over 50% seeds to provide you with protein, for example. 3. Learn how to compose balanced meals. A good, healthy meal for your child doesn't have to be complex. You should instead aim for a balanced meal. For example, 2 or 3 simple dishes are perfect for a good dinner. A balanced meal should include a whole grain source of carbohydrates such as bread, pasta, or rice, a source of protein such as beans, chicken, or fish, and fruit or vegetables. 4. Make sure your children eat 3 to 4 meals a day, with snacks between meals. Start the day with a good breakfast, and feed your child healthy snacks every 1 or 2 hours. A hungry child is very often cranky and is more likely to be noisy over a new dish or raw food. Feed your kids properly throughout the day and they'll be more likely to try a new dish when you introduce it to them. Make sure children always eat breakfast to boost their metabolism and to have the energy they need to face their day at school. 5. Make a list of the healthy foods you know and your child likes. It is a good place to identify healthy meals for your child as well as to add new and healthy meals to their diet. For example, you might notice that your child likes tomatoes. To get him to eat healthier foods, you could start with tomato salads, including a few cucumbers or carrots. This will allow him to gradually eat better quality foods. Write down the foods that your child can't stand and keep them off the table to start. Seeing food that they hate can make them reject the rest of the meal. 6. Stop buying processed foods except for special occasions. The parent is ultimately responsible for food supplied for the household, and if there is no junk food to eat, your children will not be able to eat it. Replace treats and sweets with healthy snacks like fruit, pretzels, and hummus. Although you shouldn't completely eliminate processed foods from their diets, limiting the temptation will make children less demanding of these types of foods. 7. Give your children the opportunity to make a number of healthy food choices. Talking to them about the usefulness of eating apples can put them off. But giving them the opportunity to choose between grapes, apples, bananas, or orange will spark their interest and they will feel like they are responsible for their diet. The more you give your child the opportunity to make choices, the more they will want to eat what you present to them. 8. Introduce new food every day. Preferably, match the new dish with 1 or 2 old foods that they love. This turns them on and easily causes them to try new foods. If they don't like the new dish, they can always fall back on macaroni au gratin with cheese. Dealing with finicky children. 1. Include your children in meal planning. This is one of the best ways to get kids to eat healthy foods because they'll feel like they're choosing their meals, and you're not forcing them to eat the meals you choose. Let them choose a portion of the meal each night, let them list your groceries with you, or do simple meal preparation steps like mixing or stirring the ingredients. When shopping in the store, observe the foods that appeal to your child the most, and reward them for their help. If he seems to be interested in this method, issue a challenge so he can eat a balanced meal on his own. Draw a diagram for each day of the week with boxes for proteins, carbohydrates, fruits, and vegetables, and let him choose one food from each category. Allow teens and older children to take care of the meal each evening. Tell them you will eat whatever they cook for as long as they do. 2. Register them for culinary, nutritional, or agri-food camps. These days you will find plenty of themed summer camps as well as nutritional after-school programs, and this can be a good opportunity to teach them about healthy foods without having to do all the work yourself. Kids will feel more comfortable trying new things if their friends are doing it, and they can feel proud to bring home recipes or nutritional tips for you. Contact your local parks and recreation department for a list of these types of summer camps, or search online for children's cooking classes available in your area. 3. Hide healthy ingredients inside your kids' favorite dishes. If you don't want your kids to know it, sneak vegetables into almost any meal. Try mashing or finely chopping a few vegetables in your kids' favorite meals so that their diet has enough essential vitamins and minerals. Here are some tips to make it happen. Slice onions, broccoli, peppers, and spinach into quesadillas or macaroni au gratin with cheese. Add calcium-rich yogurt and fruit to your smoothies. Finely chop eggplants, peppers, squash, or zucchini in your lasagna. 4. Make your meals funny. A dish adorned with smiling faces, even when made from peas, looks much more appetizing than a meal adorned with a stack of green foods, or gooey marbles. Occasionally use food coloring to make green eggs and ham, or blue textured spaghetti squash. While you don't need to overdo it, healthy food is super easy to put on the table, especially if it has a funny message to it. Let them know the names of funny or exotic foods, like papaya, mango, zucchini, or bok choy. Cut the vegetables into funny shapes. Get the children to taste the food to test the texture before you put it on the table. Introduce new things to your children. Ask them how they could cook something or tell them where the meals they eat comes from. 5. Make your dish the only meal they'll eat. Don't give in to your child's mood by cooking another meal for them. You have to stick to the healthy meal that you put on the table. If you continue to cook him specialties, you tell him otherwise that the healthy meal you put on the table is not really important, and you encourage him to continue with his eating whims. Eat a meal and stick to it. You can always offer a variety of choices to accompany the same meal, such as spaghetti with red sauce or a little olive oil. 6. Serve the meal as a family. Put your meal on the table and let the kids choose what they want to eat, instead of making them a separate meal or serving them. Children like to feel like they are in control of their own decisions, and are likely to derive their behavior from your behavior. This strategy also prompts them to take a large amount of the new food on their plates, because they want to taste it first to get an idea and actually start eating. Ask them to put a bit of everything on their plates, but let them choose how much. Help yourself first so they can see how much of each food you eat. 7. Be persistent, but not aggressive. You may need to introduce your new healthy food 10 to 15 times before they try it. Take your time and avoid yelling or forcing the child to eat. This will only give him bad memories of the meal, and you will have difficulty getting him to eat anything else later. Put the meal in front of them and ask them to try to enjoy it, but don't be frustrated if they can't finish the dish. Thank them for their effort and try another food. Try to prepare food in different ways. For example, prepare raw vegetables one evening, cook them the next day, then steam them on the third evening. Show them that cooking changes the taste as well as the texture of the food. Prepare healthy meals that children enjoy. 1. Replace processed cereal packets with high-fiber or whole-grain cereals. The best time to sneak fiber into your diet is often at breakfast, since many cereal packets these days are made from whole grains that your child won't even notice. Take this time of day to make high-fiber or whole-grain cereals their favorite foods. 2. Make oatmeal porridge and let your child adjust to it. Oatmeal porridge is an alternative to discreetly introduce fruit and milk or yogurt rich in calcium into your children's breakfast. You can also let your children adapt to make it their favorite meals. Here are some other tips you could implement. Add cocoa powder. Add dried fruits or pieces. Add nuts. Add agave syrup, honey, or natural sugars, in moderation. Add cinnamon or spices. 3. Use whole wheat flour to make pancakes or waffles. Your child is likely to see no difference, and the extra fiber is good for their body. 4. Combine granola, yogurt, and fruit for a simple, yet diverse breakfast. So your child will be able to enjoy so many flavors of granola and yogurt. In addition, lots of fruits like bananas, apples, mangoes, and berries can accompany this meal as well. For lunch 1. Pack your child's breakfasts around to make sure you cook up a good, nutritious meal. 2. Eat lunch together to make him feel supported. Your meal should contain a piece of fruit or vegetables, a grain, and a source of protein. Take the opportunity to also add a little dessert, if you are sure that it will eat everything. 2. Buy whole wheat bread instead of white bread. This change may be hard to bear for a week or 2, but your child will quickly get used to it once you make sandwiches with this bread. Add fiber to your diet without being overbearing. Whole wheat bread is the staple of healthy breakfasts. 3. Find out what their favorite fruits are. Naturally sweet, the fruit is one of the easiest healthy foods to put into your children's lunchbox. What fruits do they like? What fruits do they hate? Remember to be creative. For example, you can take watermelon, and put it safely in a plastic box for school. For example, there are different varieties of apples. Engage your child by organizing a tasting party, during which you will let them taste 3 to 5 varieties of apples to identify their favorite variety. 4. Ask your child to describe their dream sandwich, and find a way to make it healthier. Which seasoning should stay on top? What meal or garnish does he like? When you know how he likes his sandwich, you can figure out how to make it healthier. Tuna sandwiches. A tin of tuna can be mixed with light mayonnaise and black pepper, with a slice of cheese, a slice of tomato, and sliced avocado, all prepared like a grilled cheese. Peanut butter and jam with apple slices inside a sandwich. Turkey or ham sandwiches served with cucumbers, lettuce leaves, spinach, or lightly sliced tomato. Spinach or tomato can be added to a white bun. 5. Replace classic breakfasts with healthier meals. Can you find a healthier meal that can replace processed food items, like homemade cookies or jam-rolled buns? What are the main meals in breakfasts and how can they be replaced? For example, pretzels that are baked in the oven are much healthier than a bag of crisps, even if children do not recognize that this solution is healthy. For dinner 1. Make a healthy pizza. If you're not going overboard on the cheese, pizza makes a decent, balanced meal that kids love. You can gradually add healthy toppings, or whip up a special condiment with cheese that they can eat after a break. Add finely chopped onions, peppers, or caramelized mushrooms. These vegetables become soft after cooking for 10 to 12 minutes in a pan with a little oil. Sliced spinach is almost impossible to detect once it's cooked and shrinks a bit in size. 2. Mix the vegetables into your pasta dishes. Try using a hand blender to mash squash, carrots, or peppers and add them to the red sauce. Or, sauté finely chopped onions and zucchini and add them to the red sauce mixed with the pasta before serving. No one will notice it, but these vegetables are important for a healthy diet. Going for whole grain pasta is a great way to get more fiber into your daily diet. 3. Roast vegetables to give them a texture similar to French fries. Roasted vegetables are often the easiest for children to digest. Try roasting parsnips, sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, squash, and Brussels sprouts in an oven at high heat with a little olive oil and salt for a crunchy filling. 4. Bake the chicken in the oven instead of frying it. This is actually applicable to a lot of meals. Frying requires the use of a lot of oil, which adds more fat and cholesterol to the meal. However, if you bake the meal, you can still feed your child their favorite foods, but in healthier ways. If you can bake something in the oven instead of frying it, it will almost always be healthier. 5. Encourage your child to spice up their meals. Spicing up food is a great way to get kids to cook dinner on their own. Just before adding the spices, call your child and ask them to smell the different scents. Which one does he like? Which ones do you usually mix? Your children can then feel free to make their own special mixes, or give the flavor of chicken or fish a personal touch. Remember, however, that you only need a pinch of spice to bring out the taste. For snacks 1. Try to make an assortment of dried fruits. A personalized and naturally delicious dried fruit cocktail is a great snack for reluctant children. It is generally a mixture of cereals, granolas, dried fruits, nuts, and a touch of chocolate. 2. Make your own hummus. This dish is an excellent source of protein, and you can often add mashed vegetables to it. All you need is hummus, oil, and a food processor. Add salt, chili, herbs, and spices to personalize your cold sauce dip. 3. Make a bean sauce instead of just going for salty salsa or cheese sauce. Beans contain protein that will make the snack more filling and less salty. Plus, kids will love to eat baked tortillas, which look like junk food. 4. Make everyone their own cup of yogurt. Let them choose their favorite flavors and let them know that these mugs were made with a lot of love. They will be excited to have their own food and will take it from the refrigerator. Each time you give them the opportunity to consume their own cup of yogurt, they will feel like they are in control and will be happier about eating healthily. 5. Pair fruits and vegetables with excellent cold sauces. For example, apples and celery go perfectly with peanut butter. Raw carrots, peppers, and cucumbers pair well with hummus. Children will be more receptive to eating healthy foods if they can immediately dip them into delicious food. How do you start eating healthier when you've been raised on frozen lasagna? During a buddies and raclette evening this week, my friends asked me where they could start to eat healthier. Yes, we like to talk healthy by swallowing our weight in cheese. I remembered that I too was totally lost at the beginning when I wanted to adopt a healthier life. I tell you more in the first episode of my slow diet. I had a lot of struggles between blogs, books, TV shows. Everything was already super successful with recipes made from seeds with unpronounceable names or from powdered trees from Guatemala. There was no guide to the healthy for dummies genre. How to take the first steps towards a healthier lifestyle when you are starting completely. So it was while thinking about all this that I got the idea for this article, which I hope you will like and help you if you want to get started, or even better, make you want to. How to eat healthier. The basic rules for eating healthier. Apply immediately. The first rule that cannot be waived and that must be applied immediately is to empty your cupboards, fridge, and freezer of everything industrial. This includes prepared dishes, all brick or freeze dried soups, white bread, rusks, pre-baked bread. Industrial cereals, even muesli, cookies whether they are classic, organic, or gluten-free. A cake is a cake. Crisps and company cereal bars, the stock cubes and stalks of poultry, veal. Viennese pastries. The cold cuts, ready-made fruit juices, the only valid ones are cold-pressed and organic ones like those from Bang the Juice, for example, surimi, fish, steak. Sweet or low-fat compotes, we accept no added sugars. Sugar, white, starchy foods, quick cooking, in sachets. A good old 1 kilo package of brown rice will give more pleasure to your body and your wallet. Sodas, chocolate, except dark, minimum 70%, candies. Dessert creams, fruit, sweet, light yogurts. Ready-made sauces, except mustard. If food is advertised on TV, don't eat it. To integrate as you go, always eat fruits and vegetables in season and buy organic, those that do not peel. Reduce your consumption of animal flesh, red, white meat, fish, seafood, etc., and replace them with vegetable proteins, lentils, quinoa, chickpeas, beans, peas, etc. The WHO recommends not exceeding 500 gr per week or 2 to 3 servings max. I wrote an article about it. I put the link here if you are interested. Stop cow's milk, which is completely useless and indigestible for humans, and reduce other dairy products, yogurt, cheese, cream, etc. Preferably steam. All of this, of course, is to be done gradually, at your own pace, when you feel it. No need to do it all at once, you might get lost and see it as a constraint when these are just positive changes. What am I buying to eat healthier? Whole grains, rice, quinoa, pasta, etc. Legumes, lentils, chickpeas, beans, split peas, etc. Seasonal fruits and vegetables, a lot sachets of frozen vegetables, they'll save your life when you're in a hurry, potatoes and sweet potatoes, organic eggs, green tea and organic infusions, organic honey, a carton of vegetable milk, nature and not sweetened yogurts made from whole milk, goat or sheep preferably, or soya, oatmeal, almonds, coconut milk, soy cream, goats and sheep's cheese for non-vegetarians, white fish, salmon, seafood, ham, minced steak 5% fat, chicken breast, etc. fresh or frozen without marinade, sauce or other preparations, sardines, mackerel, canned tuna without oil, some mustard, 70% dark chocolate, dehydrated spices and herbs, lemons, a bottle of organic lemon juice can help too, cold pressed and organic olive oil, apple cider vinegar. This list is of course not exhaustive, but above all the good news is that you will find it all in any hypermarket. My typical day breakfast, the most important meal of the day, is essential to be healthy and to keep or regain the figure. A healthy and balanced breakfast will never make you fat. Rather, it gives you energy and regulates your appetite for the rest of the day. On the other hand, forget the cookies, rusks, cereals, muesli, and switch to oatmeal. Oatmeal is the simplest alternative, the cheapest, and especially used by many athletes or models. Yes, even the Victoria's Secret angels eat oatmeal for breakfast. Be careful, I don't promise you Karine Lima's line, but why not start the day like her? Some breakfast ideas with oatmeal. Here are 3 simple, healthy oatmeal recipes with minimal ingredients. The minute recipe: mix a soy yogurt with 5 tablespoons of oatmeal, a teaspoon of honey, and a piece of raw fruit cut into pieces. Hot porridge: in a bowl, mix 5 tablespoons of oatmeal with 200 milliliters of vegetable milk. Heat 2 times 1 minute in the microwave, stirring between each. Leave to stand for 2 minutes after cooking, then add a teaspoon of honey and a fresh fruit cut into pieces. The express porridge is eaten cold and should be prepared the day before. This is the one I do almost every day. The recipe is here. Lunch: for lunch, prepare a nice plate composed of half vegetables, a quarter protein, vegetable or animal, a quarter starchy foods, 1 teaspoon or a tablespoon of olive oil, depending on whether you want to stay stable or dry, to use in cooking or in a seasoning. I give you some tips for organizing your lunch boxes here. Dinner: at dinner time, avoid proteins which are more difficult to digest, and therefore disrupt sleep and recovery, and anything that is too fatty, cream, cheese, etc. Compose a meal based on 3/4 vegetables, 1/4 starches. Don't worry, starchy foods at night don't make you fat as long as they are in the right amount. The importance of snacks for healthier eating: 2 snacks a day, 1 mid-morning and 1 in the afternoon, are needed to regulate hunger and provide continuous energy. If you want to know more about the subject, I talk about it here. A balanced snack consists of fresh fruit alone or with almonds, the palm of a hand, a whole yogurt, or 2 squares of dark chocolate, 70% minimum. To each his own pace. To start eating healthier, do it according to your means, your budget, your time. It will never be perfect, but it will always be one more step towards better health, and you will quickly see the benefits: digestion, sleep, skin, immunity. Healthy foods to eat every day. We know that no food is really bad. It's all about balance. So even French fries, chips, or chocolate can be part of a balanced diet, as long as you don't overdo it. However, there are some foods that you would really benefit from consuming as often as possible because they are so good for your health that it would be wrong to go without. Here is a list of foods that you should really make a habit of eating on a regular basis if you haven't already. Lemon: the juice of 1 lemon almost completely covers our daily vitamin C requirement. Lemon also helps to strengthen bones, reduce the appearance of certain cancer cells, increase levels of good cholesterol, and is a natural anti-inflammatory. Dark chocolate: here is the good news. Just 45 grams of dark chocolate per day would reduce the risk of one day suffering from a heart attack by 10%. Obviously, you also need to have a healthy and active lifestyle. Very rich in flavonoids, organic molecules responsible for the varied color of flowers and fruits and which represent an important source of antioxidants. Dark chocolate helps fight against the appearance of many heart problems, including broken hearts. Nuts and seeds. They are rich in omega-3 acids, antioxidants, and phytosterols, lipids naturally present in plants, thus allowing the body to fight against the appearance of certain cancers, to reduce cholesterol, as well as the risks of diabetes and heart disease. Broccoli. It is the richest vegetable in vitamin C, and it is also an excellent source of vitamin K. These two vitamins improve the health of the bones in general. In addition, broccoli is recognized as one of the best foods to fight against the appearance of many cancers. Avocados. They contain many antioxidants, good fat, and a substance that helps reduce the absorption of bad cholesterol from food. Garlic. Antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antibiotic. Garlic lowers the risk of certain cancers and heart disease, in addition to strengthening the immune system. To benefit from its benefits, you should consume at least 6 pods per week, but there is no maximum limit. Spinach. It might not make your muscle like Popeye, but spinach, like most leafy vegetables, is a great source of vitamin K that improves bone health. They also contain potassium, magnesium, and folate, which minimize the risk of heart disease and certain cancers. Legumes. They are rich in soluble fiber, protein, magnesium, and antioxidants. They play a role in the prevention of cholesterol and heart disease. Berries. Cranberries, blueberries, etc. Delicious to taste, berries are also good for us. They can fight constipation, urinary tract infections, certain cancers, and age-related amnesia. They are also great sources of antioxidants. Flax seeds. These tiny seeds are full of soluble fiber, essential fatty acids, and many other nutrients. They prevent the onset of certain cancers, lower cholesterol levels, prevent heart ailments, in addition to treating asthma and acne. But you must always grind flax seeds before consuming them, otherwise, they pass directly from one side of the body to the other, their shell being too thick to be broken during digestion.